She's like, all right, so let's go to church.
Body of Christ. Christ got a hot body.
So what'd you get at Lancers?
Don't engage.
I don't want to be anything.
Other than wanna be North Korea.
Fanta was originally a Nazi company.
Really? Why? How do you know that? And,
They
and
made
explain
sodas.
to me why.
They made sodas for the friggin' Nazis or something. I don't know. Something
I
like
don't
that.
believe half of the things that you say.
I'm usually correct.
Do you know how many times you've said something and we've
All eyes
Googled it
on
after you
me.
left?
Oh, Jeff's got it.
Fanta originated.
Can we get an alarm?
Check it out.
James is right for the first time ever.
I would kill someone to I Saw the Sign by Ace of Base.
And that's also a
Ooh.
real psycho one, dude.
I think
Like, you got knife in
would
the
be-
gut, pulling up. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes.
Yeah, winking at him.
mine's Mambo number 5, obviously.
That's a great
good-
one.
that's a good
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
shit.
Yeah.
It's probably horrible, but also
Wait.
some of it's probably propaganda.
Also,
Found a guy that like
But
really
I found a
goes
guy
into
who
it.
infiltrated North Korea.
I just turned on my mic.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
Live from the Red Lion Tavern, it's Saturday morning. Stay in School podcast. Whose fucking genius idea was this?
This is my drunk idea last night.
Last night.
I said, you know what's a good idea? Let's go to my work while I'm working and not work and film the podcast for the first time.
That is a good idea.
I think that's what I texted. Something exactly like that.
the best way to not work at work.
I'm gonna.
That's a fireable offense.
I was gonna say, do we think I'm gonna get fired? Also, do I care?
Yeah, I don't think we care. This is like a guerrilla, in Boogie Nights when they have to like do illegal porno movies and they run in and like have to set up all this equipment. Like our buddy Jeff series has a full production company.
Full
What's it called?
thing.
Extra Sauce? Check it out. But we got lights, we got all this crazy shit, 2 cameras, and no one knows we're doing it.
Wait, can I comment back on the porn thing? Because actually, this room used to be a brothel.
Really?
Jesus Christ! See, this is the first time it's recorded, so everybody's gonna see how often I roll my eyes at James during this podcast.
Why would you roll your eyes at James?
Well, James isn't here. This is
Moses.
Moses.
Doth sire Dirk Diggler, right?
Nice Boogie Nights.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice reference.
The Dirk Diggler.
After you guys admire my hammer for a little bit, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it down because it is
That also sounds like porn.
5 tons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So is my accordion.
Thor's hammer, so.
So is my
that down.
non-alcoholic beer.
Oh yeah, we're not drinking
We're-
because I'm working.
Yep. So we went out last night. What were you saying, bud?
I was just gonna say cheers, not drinking.
Oh, lovely. Great.
Fist
Just
bump.
great.
You know, so we went out last night and we got a little hammered, and I had been saying we're not going to do the podcast this week because we have so much fucking shit going on.
Non-stop.
It's been nonstop for us since the Mess Syndicate party, and I just pictured sweet little baby James sitting in his apartment, just really, he's texting me, when can we do the podcast? When can we do the podcast?
Please.
And I had a moment where I truly cared about him, and that's why this is happening now. During my shift, I'm clocked out on break though.
That's right. Actually, this is this is 1 in the morning where you're not working anymore.
Well, it's live from Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's Saturday morning.
who knows? It's live from whenever this airs.
Yeah, I guess there's no rules, right?
Technically, maybe this is gonna come out Monday.
And
Maybe it's Monday right
I was
now.
talking about this earlier, but Saturday Night records live in front of an audience. Anything you record ever is live because you did it as an existing human being. So then airing it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait,
but
that's
then-
making me really worried right now because I'm realizing this is being filmed, so we can't edit out all of the things that we're gonna have to possibly edit out throughout our discussions.
I mean, all I have in my notes is North Korea 6 times.
Oh yes.
I've been on a big
Let's talk about that.
I've been
Yeah.
on a huge North Korea kick. I've watched about 18 hours of North Korea footage this week on YouTube because I was like, "What's it?"
Footage over there.
Well, here's the thing. This is the reason I got into it because I watched a video on how bad North Korea is, and I'm like, it's probably horrible, but also
Wait.
some of it's probably propaganda.
We
Also-
found a guy that
But
really
I found a
goes
guy
into
who
it.
infiltrated North Korea.
I just turned on my mic.
Are you serious?
Well, yeah, but
Well, your sound would have been picking up on mine,
exactly.
probably.
I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
It's literally the medieval Renaissance.
It's live.
Yeah, actually, also.
I don't know how to play this.
Yes. And that'll sound good.
Yeah, everyone's gonna want to hear that.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be like, turn that part up.
I was even doing like perfect mic technique too. I was like, Yeah.
Those gloves have major O.J. Simpson energy, dude.
And they fit.
They look from this side. They look a little tight. They look like
actually-
latexy. But when you flip it around, it looks like fucking O.J.
They
pulling
definitely
down
look
a
like
cord.
women's gloves.
have-
There's no denying.
Are those your girlfriend's gloves?
They're
James.
they're
Are those Anna's gloves?
They're men's gloves.
Where did you get them? Where'd you get those
They're
fucking
gender
gloves?
non-binary,
trial.
okay? Jesus Christ.
The trial.
I got 'em from the trial.
The evidence room.
Yeah. They don't fit OJ, but they fit me, baby.
You should put
if you know what I'm
a
saying.
little blood spatter on it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did he wear black gloves? Why did I think he wore white gloves? Or is that Michael Jackson?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Imagine cutting someone's head off with white gloves.
Mike gloves?
I know, right?
Black gloves. You gotta murder someone with black gloves.
Actually, that brings me to something I had in my notes out of complete curiosity. If you guys were, picture like it's hip to be square, like absolute. That was Reservoir
Yeah.
Dogs, right?
Huey Lewis and
No,
the News.
that's American Psycho. No.
No. So American Psycho was it's hip to be square. Wait, fuck. What's the one? What's the Reservoir Dog? Oh, and I'm bound and I'm
Oh, Stuck in the Middle with
Stuck
You.
in the
Yeah.
Middle with You,
If you guys
yeah.
were gonna like torture somebody to any song, what would your song be?
Oh, what kind of torture?
Well, that I mean,
Wait, is that a weird next question?
They have to watch every episode of Just Shoot Me
I don't know what that is.
nonstop.
oh, that's cool. What season's your favorite?
Let's just shoot me.
I feel like a lot of like killers and serial killers and psycho people like that like actually listen to music. And I don't want to get too dark on this, but there's like, you know, back in the day with like rotten.com and like murder videos or whatever, there's an infamous murder video and the guy's listening to True Faith by New Order.
What?
And it's like wicked brutal.
He's
dude.
listening to music while he kills someone
Dude,
for
why
real?
I mean, like Buffalo Bill, good like that's fiction, but like Goodbye
Ew.
Horses, like
There's actually records and like a whole thing about like serial killers and their music taste and how it's usually either something like it'll be like yacht rock. Like
Yeah,
most
just chill.
serial killers love like yacht
Well,
rock.
that makes
or,
sense
like-
because most serial killers are
like-
like very basic, normal.
I love
They're
yacht rock.
passing as like
Me
super
too.
normal
But
people.
so to this
I
day,
also
like
love yacht rock.
Oh, whoa. Did this
Wait
just
a
turn into
minute,
the
and
yacht
you
rock?
got the gloves.
I
And the disguise is
my
going.
God.
Fix it.
Doth not look at me. I am unbarren with beard. This is my real hair.
Was this James the whole time? I thought it was O.J. Simpson / Moses.
Well, I was having
Let's talk
such a good
about it.
time with this Moses guest, and now that it's James, that looks like one of the rats.
Oh my god, it looks.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. That looks like a fucking animal.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, anyways, I can't listen to True Faith by New Order
Ew, it feels
without
so gross.
every time. And I love that song, and it's such a sweet song. It's like did. And every time I hear that song, I just picture like a guy getting like stabbed to death, dude.
Every time.
ruined it. Every
time.
single time I think about a guy.
I
Getting
literally
murdered.
cannot. I used to think I was so cool because I was into that stuff for so long, and I can't even think about stuff like that anymore
No.
without getting so
No, you-
creeped
you-
out and
you-
grossed out.
I mean, you know, back in the day, like, you know, we had like Charles Manson posters and all this shit, and like, you know, it's cool and edgy, and like I like weird culture like that.
I think
but
you should
hit
grow out of it though.
you hit a
Like at a
certain
certain
age-
age, there's people that are just still way too obsessed with it. I swear to God,
Yeah.
it's fucked up. It comes down to a moral, and I know a bunch of my friends are fucking into this shit, but I stand by it. It comes to a certain level of like when you reach a certain age and you have empathy and you understand morality,
Yeah.
you need to give up the serial killer fucking obsessions because it's fucked.
Especially like
it's fucked.
Especially like John Wayne Gacy stuff.
It's
like
fucked,
gross.
dude. It's fucked. I mean, in the last couple of
I
years, we've given
disagree.
away.
But like the idea of a killer clown is like so macabre and like interesting, but it was like, hey,
The
like
difference
Well,
is you don't want the
he
kids
was also
dead.
like pseudo pedophile or just
well, that's
He
what
straight
I'm
up
saying.
pedophile.
No, not
Yeah.
pseudo.
Pseudo?
No,
Well, I mean, let's
Oh my God!
let's take it back. Let's not disparage the man. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I knew I was gonna regret the cameras the second I thought about sitting next to James. I knew it.
His name was Pogo.
His name was Pogo.
Oh, he was
And
a
he had-
showgirl.
He had
So, anyways, I would kill someone to "I Saw the Sign" by Ace of Base.
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was stewing on that one.
That
That's
is
what I was
that's also a
Ooh.
real fucking psycho one, dude.
I think.
Like
thinking.
you gotta be a real fucking
Wait, I got one. I got one.
Like the death go.
just like knife in
would
the
be-
gut, pulling up. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes.
Yeah, winking at him. Imagine the last thing you see on this earth is a killer wink at you.
You
And,
like
or singing Ace of
Yeah.
Base and then winking at you and then you just die.
Mine's Mambo number 5, obviously.
That's a great
good-
one.
that's a good
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And you could keep them, you know, in the room all scared, and then and walk in.
It's like, yeah, before you
And then
even,
I have a little trumpet, and it's like, boop.
before you even enter the room, you just hear. Dun, 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 dun. You come in the room dancing. Dun, dun, dun.
You go to play the trumpet.
Yeah.
But it
Ew,
shoot-
that smells.
Yeah, well, I had it on my face.
the trumpet
My
shoots,
smelly
The
face.
trumpet shoots a poison dart.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it hits the
trumpet.
number
The
5.
Trumpet. Whoop. Poison dart in the neck.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to kill someone though. That's too easy. That's
It's fun, though. It's fun.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay,
it. And then
wait,
you gotta
wait.
hit pause and you're like,
I'm gonna get fired just for the content of this conversation being filmed in my bar.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Give me one North Korea.
I'm gonna open my legs.
Give me two North Korea.
We cannot continue with that one.
What do you guys think my song would be?
It would be like
Anime.
no.
Anime songs.
It would either be like an anime running sequence where it's like and everything's just striking in the
Yeah.
background.
I just tie them up to a fucking long ass field, and they see me like 200 yards away, and they just hear,
Yeah.
and I'm just full speed. It's like-
But in all reality, I think James would be all like, boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room.
oh, dude,
Spend the night
I would,
together.
I
I
wouldn't
love
even,
that song.
I would.
I like that these are all knife kills theoretically.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do a knife.
Well, how
I would-
else are you gonna torture someone? You're not gonna torture someone with a gun.
With a
I'd
trumpet,
I would
like I
give-
just mentioned.
I mean, I could torture someone with this accordion.
Yeah, don't play that
real
anymore.
quick.
I would give people hope. I would
Oh,
give
that's
someone-
so fucking-
I would, tie them up and pretend like, I'm about to kill you or whatever. And then, they start talking their way out. I have a family and stuff. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
you have a family?
You look like a fucking.
And I'd be like, tell me about your family.
oh my God.
And they'd be like,
I hate this. I hate all of
No,
this.
this is too much.
I have
It's
a
too much.
daughter.
It's too much.
and
This
her
is
name
normally
name is
when I would stop it and edit it out, but we can't because it's fucking filming. Because my drunk ass thought it was a good idea to fucking
Dude,
film
you
this.
look, you
This
look
is-
like
you
the
look like
Zodiac
a-
killer.
yeah.
This is
you
what would
do.
happen. And I'd be like, I give him a hug. I'd be like, you have a family? And she's like, yeah, I have a daughter named Jessica. And I'm like,
my God,
my wife Deborah, she knows I'm missing. And I'd be like, shit. All right, well, I'm gonna get out of here and just pretend that like you didn't see my face.
Oh my God, I can't.
Here's my cell phone. Call 911.
Yeah.
And then they'd call 911. They'd be like, and then on the other line it's me, and I'd be like, hello. And I'd come back in the room. Boo, boo, boo.
That's
boo.
kind of like that movie we watched, the cell phone one, Black Phone. Because
Oh.
he like kind of gives them a little bit of hope.
Was it called Black Phone?
I think so, right?
I don't know.
Black
I
Phone.
just love the idea that James.
I think it's African
Sometimes they're
American.
just too
phone.
close.
James figured out a way that when someone calls 911, his cell phone,
Yeah.
his cell phone that he gave to someone, calls his cell phone when you call 911.
Well, because James is a criminal mastermind and very intelligent
and
That-
also
that's
a
the
medieval
gloves.
knight.
and a medieval knight.
How's your ale, brother?
I'm a lot of things.
How's your ale?
But I'm a lot of things.
No, remember, we're not drinking.
That's
That's
still
not an ale.
I have a non-alcoholic ale. That's actually true.
That is true,
true.
actually.
That's what I call oatmeal.
You are medieval from the neck down, and you got a little
Thank
Vietnam on
you.
the top.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan on the top.
Yes,
He's actually Vietnam on the bottom, medieval in the
Yeah,
middle.
you know
and
me. I love a
Vietnam
nice
on top.
mashup. I'm the mashup king. I do all the cool mashups, and you got a nice
I was,
Lieutenant Dan / King Arthur thing going on.
I was in the Battle of Rothensburg, and
Was that in?
and then I got the Battle of Rothensburg, and then I came back to England, and I went to my local tavern in like a fucking wheelchair and like the green jacket.
This is like the most insane version of Army of Darkness I've ever heard in my life.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, I'd watch that.
if
Because the soundtrack was probably fire.
yeah, imagine like
Wait, you're saying you would watch that?
I would watch that.
You didn't watch it.
No, I would.
All
No,
right.
I would watch the mashup of Army and Darkness
Oh.
combined with Vietnam.
Would you watch MASH?
No.
Oh.
I've
Is
never
that
seen
interesting?
that. Jeff,
MASH?
have you ever seen the show MASH?
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah,
because
I was
it's
gonna
like
say, it's got to be super boring,
it's
right?
renowned as like it was like the most viewed season finale ever, and everyone loved it.
Yeah, back in the
Do
day
you-
That's
before
what
there
I'm
were
saying.
good TV shows.
That's what I'm saying. There's only like 6 options
Yeah.
back then. Like, of course
There's not.
everyone watched
My
it. They had 6
my nana
channels.
watched like that and Becker. Like
the
that's
fuck's
like
Becker?
I don't know. It's just like another weird fucking show that was around that same time.
First you're shitting on MASH, then you shit on Becker. What's next? You're shitting on Coach? Huh?
I don't
No,
even
I
know
wouldn't
what Coach
dare.
You're gonna
is.
shit on Cheers?
No,
Cheers sucks.
Cheers does not suck, but
Cheers
it's overrated.
sucks.
Craig T. Nelson, however, is my coach.
Serial killer.
Wait, what is Coach?
It's a show about Craig T. Nelson.
I don't know who that is.
Retired.
You can't say that word.
You
retired-
cannot say that.
You cannot say retired.
Why can't I say retired?
Stop saying
Stop
retired.
saying the R word.
Retarded coach Craig T. Nelson. He was a retarded Air Force pilot, wasn't he?
Yeah, Craig
Yeah.
Nelson.
What?
Yeah.
It's about a retarded coach.
Yeah.
That's what Good Will Hunting's
yeah.
about, right? It's like
No,
a retarded
stop,
janitor.
stop.
You're
Stop,
thinking
stop.
you're thinking
God.
of Radio.
What's radio?
It's
new-
about a retired bum.
We gotta move on from this.
It's about
dude.
a
We
bum.
gotta move on, dude.
All right, let's talk.
You can't edit it out.
Let's talk North Korea.
Don't
gone
put your
too
hand up
far.
like that. You look guilty.
We've gone
Every
too
time you put your hand up, you look guilty.
Let's talk North Korea for a second.
Okay, so this guy infiltrated North Korea with a GoPro, and initially his videos, people would be like, "You're recording me. There's a GoPro on your chest." So he later strapped the GoPro here and then got a camera strap and hung a camera from here. So he just looked like a camera guy, and no one even second guessed it. And he like walked around and got like all this real footage.
Like actually recorded
Well,
the
also-
things that
I'm like,
you're not
I'm
supposed
like
to
this.
see.
I'm like, what's a bar like
I don't
in
think
North Korea?
camera guys are supposed to be walking around. I think that's the worst thing you can walk around in North Korea.
Dude, I'm 18 hours in on research, dog.
I love when James just thinks he like knows something right away.
Well, I mean,
He's lived through centuries.
in North Korea, I lived in North Korea for like a couple months on sabbatical.
we have done so.
I
We've
remember.
watched so many of these videos now, and it's insane what this guy is like doing and getting away with. And there's another guy that goes even deeper and goes into like the suburbs, like things that you cannot see. I don't know how he's getting away with it, and it's wild. It's things that like people have never seen before.
I mean,
it's older
it's kind
though.
of sick. They give you a free beer ticket every day as a citizen.
They do.
That is pretty sweet.
It is pretty good.
That is
You-
pretty sweet.
You can have about 70 grams of food a day, like psycho-socialist, like communist stuff. But I was like, what's it like? Do people in North Korea go to the bar and get fucked up? They have bars,
Yeah.
but there's one beer they serve. I'm sure there's spirits. or whatever.
but there's only one type of beer.
There's one-
There's just beer.
Spiritual leader beer.
There's just a beer made, and then it's like the North Korean beer because they don't like to drink anything like anywhere else, you know?
It's a social caste
Yeah, so
system.
he's like
It's
kissing
wild.
the dictator's ass to like because he knew he
Called
was gonna
like
be in a
song
video.
soup
I don't know what it's
pup
called.
or something
But anyways,
like that.
the bar is there's no seats. They have like these stands that are like pole, and then like just a table, and
That's
they
very
have to stand
progressive.
up and socialize and like have their beers and talk. There's no like sitting around or getting sloppy.
I love
or-
it.
I
Well, that-
actually like to stand when I'm drinking though.
That's like
Move to North Korea.
Yeah, that's like considered a progressive bar in America. I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey, it's our standing bar, you know.
Oh, I got a standing desk at my job. I'm gonna stand up and work all day.
okay, says
Ew.
the guy that sits on his ass all day. It's
I-
actually
I
a
got
good
nerve
thing. It's a
problems,
good
I'm fat.
thing
What do
to
you think?
stand.
I think North Korea
Are you
should.
sticking? You heard it here first.
Yeah.
What?
You're defending North
Am I
Korea.
Well, I do work at a
Well-
I work at a German bar.
Also-
The whole odds with all of that are very against me.
In North Korea's defense, they are getting a little bit more progressive. I've heard that they actually have
Shut the fuck up, James.
standing offices for sweatshops and child labor. But like they just bring in sitting tables, but for a child, that's standing height.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
true.
A baby booster seat. Adorable sweatshops.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Guys, I'm
really
definitely
so-
getting fired or canceled.
I mean,
Do you think the McDonald's in North Korea has a play place?
they force them to play.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, you-
Smile.
You play now. Which is also my favorite streaming service.
You play now.
You play now, yeah.
I used to download so many good songs. off
Oh
You Play Now.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Prost. Slanche.
Shout out to Large Humongous for the new weenie. If you're an old listener of Stay in School, we've talked about the pea
The
soup.
pea
weenie.
soup with the penis in it.
We've taken
Yeah.
videos of it. It's fucking disturbing. You should order one.
Oh,
And,
yeah, we could.
And fucking Lard drew it and made the new cup, and it's great.
Yeah, it looks great.
You should order one and have your coworkers bring it to you and be like,
Oh my god,
enjoy work.
my poor coworkers that are literally watching the bar for me so I can do this. Yeah.
like one customer.
I've been having fever dreams lately, like over the last week, where I like
Hell yeah.
rage quit this job or like get dramatically fired. And like honestly, kind of hope that happens today.
Really?
I mean-
Yeah, I kind of hope that's the consequence of this.
They say when God closes a door, you know, he opens my asshole.
I do not want to go in there. That I can guarantee.
You're not
Do you guys
invited.
want me to order a pea soup? I can go. I can get a pea
Get a
soup
pea
for the
soup.
table.
Oh
Can you,
no,
get, you get it with a veggie wiener?
No, because the soup has bacon in it.
veggie wiener.
I know.
I was like,
Vegan weenie.
yeah,
The veggie wee.
Michael Bublé's dick, a little veggie wiener.
What? Why would that?
Oh, guys, we joke,
We joke.
but we should be serious for a second.
Okay, why?
Do you think he did it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah,
No question.
right? He had to have.
Yeah, I think that too.
He literally like.
How did I was asking Eric this the other day actually because I wasn't too knowledgeable about the
Because I
whole
watched
thing.
like a lot of OJ footage.
And you watch
too.
like a lot. You should see his YouTube algorithm. It's ridiculous. But it's North Korea and
O.J.
O.J. Simpson trials.
Not the
Eric has this shirt, and that's like a bootleg shirt from back in the day when O.J. Simpson was on trial. And it's just like a wrap tee where it has like O.J.'s face a bunch of times, and it's like pastel colors, and it's super cute. And it just says, "You be the judge," with a bunch of his photos on it.
Actually,
Oh no.
Actually,
I bootlegged that shirt years ago, and it got dicey because it's O.J. Simpson and Mike Tyson, who was accused of rape at the time.
My God.
And on the back it just says, "You be the judge," with a question mark. It's not even "You be the judge," period. It's "You be the judge" on the back, and like
Ridiculous.
it was a shirt I could never find, so I bootlegged it because it's just like a weird piece of pop culture.
Yeah.
However, I traded a friend of mine. He's like, "Dude, I want one of your like Goodfellas shirts or something," and he's like, "I have this old OJ shirt. Like, we want to trade."
That's what you go,
And
yeah.
I was
Absolutely.
like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So we trade shirts. This dude from back in Hull, Massachusetts. I look it up. I felt bad. This shit's worth like $700.
Don't say that. He'll
No.
know now.
shut the
want
fuck
700
up, dude.
It's awesome, but it's a pro OJ shirt, and I've worn it like twice, and I've gotten some hate, like some weird looks, because it just says, "We love you, OJ," and then it just has OJ Simpson's football uniform, and it just says, like, "May God be with you."
Stop.
And on the back it says, "Don't squeeze the juice."
Oh my
32.
God.
So I have like a pro OJ shirt, dude.
Oh.
That's like, he's so innocent.
I mean, that's fun to collect, but like, do not wear that anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
they
just
they
not.
tore down. So when we first moved to LA, like we were going to like the Sharon Tate house,
Sharon
like
Tate, yeah.
all like the Menendez brothers, like all this.
I mean, we were into that shit back then. That's
Yeah,
what I was
like,
saying. You
we
have to
weren't-
grow
we
out
weren't-
of it.
We weren't
though.
exclusively doing that. We were going to movie sets and all that shit
True.
too. But anything crazy we could see from just LA culture, we would go see. But they tore down the Nicole Kidman or Nicole Brown fucking house.
They tore her down.
O.J. Simpson murdered Nicole
Tom
Kidman.
Cruise tore her down.
You heard it here live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they tore it down.
Lie.
It's like so many people would just go there.
Yeah,
That
makes
shit
sense.
was crazy, dude. Like that was a bad murder.
It's like the
That's so fucked.
I mean, you can't tear down the grassy knoll in Texas, though.
You
Which
can't
is-
tear down a gun.
apparently, they have the similar problem. Just people like crossing the streets
Yeah.
and shit, and people like that actually live there. Just like,
Do you like
fuck
your
outta here.
girls with a shaved pussy or a grassy knoll?
well, if I liked girls, I would say a bit of a muff. Yeah, a bit of a.
You're a bit of a muff.
I'm a.
Bro!
Dude.
I got you.
Oh.
All right, got his fingerprints on the
Come
glove.
on.
Let's
Fuck,
go.
I'm
Let's go, baby.
Guilty.
Yeah, I got fingerprints.
Let's go. You saw it.
I saw the sign.
Oh, but yeah, actually, my real song would be Studio. Phil Collins, right?
I think that's in American Psycho.
I'm just kidding. That wouldn't be my song.
That's
That would-
very
Is it?
unoriginal. Yeah, it is.
It's not.
What else is
no,
new?
it's not.
Yeah, because the whole movie he's obsessed with 80s pop. That song is literally like the kill scene before is.
All right,
Studio.
give me some time
So
to
you
come
just
up with.
literally.
Wait, did I say? Actually, I was
You
saying
meant the,
something else.
You meant the one from Tarzan.
Yeah.
What's that song?
I want to know. Can you show
Show me. Yeah.
I'll think of a different song.
all knife crimes because of the gloves?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't do knife.
We're
crimes,
super
though.
into British culture. Knife crimes only.
Okay.
I would do the-
We're
the-
moving on from murder,
the
though,
bludgeoning.
right?
The bludgeoning
Can
version.
we please move on from murder?
Yes.
You better get that
Says
pea
the
soup.
man with the hammer.
Let me just say one last thing.
No, because if I go out there, I have to go back to work.
Oh
And
yeah.
you'll think about killing people.
Well, that's all I think about when I'm here.
Oh, there it is. Now your toes.
No thoughts. Yeah, no, I'm not getting us a pea soup. I ain't getting us any of that shit. We're pushing
It's-
the limit
dude,
right
I'm-
now, doing this just
I'm
in general.
sweating. The last thing I need is hot pea
Why
soup
don't
and a
you
big
take
wiener.
it off?
All right, I'll take it off.
And then just doesn't. Like-
No, I mean, let him enjoy himself.
That's strong coffee.
Yeah, that is.
It's very strong. Can I have a sip of that coffee, actually?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me
My
Susa
coffee has no caffeine in it.
What the heck?
I just spit in his
Oh,
fucking.
God.
I spit in his coffee.
Well-
I got a decaf, dude. This sucks.
We dipped my real beard in it earlier, so
Yeah, I remember that.
Ew! Wait, you dipped
Oh,
that
you
thing in
remember?
there? You dipped
No.
that thing in there? You
yes.
dipped the beard in there?
It was
in
like
the
a, yeah,
coffee?
I was doing like a bit of wordplay.
Are you gonna
and I was
start dry
like,
heaving?
Yeah. No, that thing smelled really weird when I put it near my face. So now I'm even extra grossed out, dude.
I
Could
actually
have had mine.
I'm like
Why
grossed
did you
out
take his?
because this one has caffeine. And that one doesn't have caffeine.
Decaf. Yeah.
Speaking of, let me go get us something real quick. My
Okay,
ass
sure.
is so sweaty
Please.
in this fucking chair.
Back to the porno thing. If I can put my penis in your mouth real quick, just for 2 seconds on camera, it would be a porno.
Eric, I'm right here, buddy.
Okay, let's go.
Studio.
Studio, dude.
Studio. Yeah.
So earlier I mentioned I was talking about my friend Tyler back in the day found a gas mask bong, but it was the Joker's face. But like Heath Ledger, like so silly. Like obviously he's a good Joker, but like the whole culture of like the why so serious, is so fucking brutal. But it was the Joker mask with a fucking bong in it, and it was called the Toker, which is brilliant. But I've never tried that. And you said you've tried a gas mask bong before.
I used to have a gas mask.
You
bong.
had one.
Yeah, but it was
Did you use it like once?
No, I used to use it all the
Really?
fucking time because it's. I think I'm a bit of a masochist. So,
You think?
Yeah, I'm sweating my fucking ass off. I'm about to take my clothes off. But yeah, so I had one, and we would always use it like it's fun, blah blah blah. But I swear to God, the thing is like air fucking tight, and it's just like a fucking what's the store in the mall with all the cool
Spencer's?
Spencer's? Yeah, it's like a Spencer's.
I was like,
I
the
used to
cool
work
store.
there.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for the maple syrups.
Thank you.
Well,
for
it's
the
just
maple syrup.
tea.
That's what I meant.
And mine's just
maple
water.
syrup tea, and yours is water.
Well,
So you got it.
Did I ever tell the dildo story from Spencer's?
Did you? I don't remember any episodes.
I don't listen to him.
So you had the mask. You got it at Spencer's.
yeah,
Cool
and
store.
so it's rubber, it's airtight.
I missed this. What's the
And
mask?
So I had
Gas
a
mask bong.
gas mask bong.
Of course you did.
Rubber, airtight. It's got like one of those Spencer's plastic bongs at the end of it with the the really tiny like metal. It looks like a.
Yeah, it's not glass. It's like
Yeah.
It's like what you would smoke crack out of.
Yes.
It still has the gas mask like holes in here where you can breathe out safely, but breathing in, all you're breathing in through is that tiny little hole. So you got to
the
be
only
ready.
oxygen too.
You got to be ready. Yeah. So like when you're fucking like you put it on and it's like let's fucking go before I pass out. They light it and stuff, and then like you start breathing, and then you start fucking like you do it until you start going a little bit like blackout status, and then you just fucking. There was this
That's
one
like
time.
fucking ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
That's like I'm so happy
fun.
you don't do like heroin or something because that's just that's fucking crazy.
Anymore.
Yeah, any more. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Or any less. Fingerprints.
Woo.
Yeah.
Gloves are off, baby. Oh shit,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. My bad, bro. You okay, bro?
Yeah, I'm good
Is
now.
this a safe space, bro?
Yeah, I
If
just
you
do
do
it.
heroin, you'll end up dressing up like a medieval knight
mean,
on a podcast.
I will fucking. I would kill you if you did that
Heroin's
again.
fun, but it's like
Overrated?
it's a little overrated. it's
You heard it, baby.
Yeah.
We're
No,
never
but
monetizing this.
seriously,
by the way.
heroin's fucking the best.
Stop it.
No, I mean it was the best. Yeah.
So I just so your only oxygen is via the smoke.
Yeah.
That's coming.
There was
in.
this one time too. It was super cheap, and we were in Maine. Like, and again, it's obviously it's not fun, but it's fun when you're like 17. Like, weed's still fun.
Yeah, like you played the choking game. Like
Yeah.
you're just like, I want to
Oh,
just pass out, choke me.
There's this one time.
like what the fuck is that?
Is that a
dude?
game you guys played?
Yeah, everyone
Yeah,
did.
dude.
Yeah,
Choke
you-
each other out.
Is this like a
Anything to get
boy
high,
thing? Is
baby.
this like a boy thing or like a poor thing
could
or
be
like
both.
what's
You wanna
going
find
on?
Yeah,
Choke out right now.
I think it's more of a poor thing.
Yeah.
But I was poor.
I couldn't afford drugs, so we
Yeah.
choked each other.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I'm genuinely curious. That wasn't a thing in my in my high school or my middle school or my friend group.
I think pre-internet.
Is that a Massachusetts
I think
thing?
pre-internet, everyone was starving for just shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like you heard about it. You're like,
That
let's-
sounds like a boy thing, though. That's not like a
yeah, I
dumb
don't think
boy
girls sit around and be
thing.
like, "Did you hear NSYNC? By the way, choke me unconscious."
But also, there's a difference. It was like a poor boy thing.
Definitely
Yeah.
some
Like,
poor energy.
It smells like it.
I
Oh
think,
my God.
I think we talked about this, but definitely like a poor boy, a poor boy. I love Louisiana
I'm just a
sandwiches.
pool boy.
Yeah.
Nobody
I'm
loves.
just a poo boy.
I'm just a poor boy.
You're a poo boy.
Um,
I have to go to work. I
Me
like
and James
have
are gonna
to go.
continue.
you're at work, baby.
Okay, fuck. I hate this. Can I just quit right now?
camera.
Call in now. Call in now.
Choose your camera.
Call in now if
which
you
is-
think I should quit. Text this number at the bottom of the screen if you think I should quit right now. Get out of my camera. My camera.
My
Get your
favorite
get your
hardcore
poor
legend.
smell out
Call
of
in
here.
now.
Call 911 from James's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Don't bring it back to murder. Let's talk more about heroin.
Did you finish your poor boy gas mask story? I forget.
No.
I don't listen to him half the time, so I don't even know where he's
But
at
it's
in
like
the story.
it doesn't matter. Who cares?
I mean,
yeah. So we were all like 17 or whatever, cabin in the woods in Maine or whatever, and there was this one time where where like after
Nothing wrong with that.
you know,
No,
naked.
I'm
no,
all for it.
like doesn't matter why we were naked, but yeah, like fucking, it was cheap. And like after wearing it so many times, like the rubber like straps wear down or something like that. They fucking got caught on me, and I took the hit. And I was like, okay, take it off. And like I started trying, it got stuck on me, and I had like 3 guys like ripping it. And it was,
Three
like,
guys?
3 whole guys.
Now it's really sounding gay.
I had 3 guys on top of me.
Just ripping it off.
Just ripping it off.
Couldn't
Just
breathe.
pulling
I
at
couldn't-
it,
I couldn't
tugging
even
at
breathe.
it.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Couldn't even breathe.
When I like spaced out when you first started talking about it getting stuck, I just thought about your beard again, and then my brain was like, oh,
My muff.
what about a beard bong?
Interesting.
It would just catch on fire, right?
I have a beard bong actually.
A beard bong.
That's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
I'll bust it out for pictures later.
cool,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
I'm actually so proud of you, James, because like we don't have the capability of pausing and going to the bathroom or smoke a cigarette, and I'm very proud of you. Because I have to pee so bad right now, and all I kept thinking was how proud I am of you for not getting up and peeing yet.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna go do it.
Okay.
Oh wow.
3 days later.
Oh hey.
Are you sure you don't want? Do you want my fur that goes over the shoulder? Oh, she wants it now. It's in the golden bag.
Worst snack ever. Oh my god.
Oh, Santa! Actually, I do have a Santa costume. I don't think I put in there, but I did. Yeah. This is my beard bong that I was talking
Oh
about.
yeah, they're perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I thought we were gonna have fun. Thought we were gonna have fun, but oh, good, because it is fucking.
It all kinda
lousy
smells.
With lice. Yeah. you know
Okay,
what?
so I just checked
I
on all
farted
my
in the bag.
coworkers. You look terrifying with those glasses. Oh my god, it's so scary. No one's here because it's pouring outside right now.
Is it?
So this is the best
Okay.
day to do this. There's literally no one here. I'm gonna have to pay.
Oh yeah.
Is it close?
It was very good.
Okay, I hate these. This is making me feel very weird. Hey, that tea kind of got me going.
Twisted.
Twisted. I'm back.
What's
no
it-
one's here, so I've got a good, cool 20 minutes before I got to go back out there again.
Have
The tiniest little pinholes.
pinholes you can barely.
You're not talking in the mic.
Well, they are. They have the
Sorry, I'm
tiniest
so
little-
stupid.
They are from the 70s.
These are.
What were you guys talking about when I was gone?
You're fucking making.
We were
fun of
talking.
you.
Yeah,
Good.
Good
The
time.
whole time I was
But,
like,
by the way, I've been making fun of James for smelling and being gross, but I'm so sweaty.
did you grab a? Vape?
Like, look at this. I grabbed a vape too.
Nothing.
Where did that come from?
Oh my God.
Hell,
Are we allowed to smoke in here?
no.
Ah, fuck.
I'm really gonna get fired now.
Oh, okay, cool.
No. No.
Thanks, Eric. Yo,
No.
Eric. Eric.
No, we don't. We have none of these things.
Honestly,
and
Eric-
we're not drinking.
Eric, you're pretty chill. Thanks, bud.
You're wicked chill. I love you. You're so chill. You look Russian.
Okay, well,
Not chill.
Yeah,
was
the decidedly not chill people of the world.
You know what? They're friends with North Korea.
North
and
Korea,
I know this because I watched 18
North
hours
Korea,
of
North
footage.
Korea. Yeah, well, I was looking through my hat collection, and I thought maybe I'd have a little German hat to go with my lederhosen uniform.
Just perusing through
German
the old
hats are racist as fuck.
Well, I do have a military-looking hat, and it got a little bit too
It's just a
nasse.
helmet.
You know what I mean? So
a little Lemmy looking.
it was a little lemmy looking.
if you know what I mean. It's one of those hats, but it's a Knights of Templar hat.
It's a Templar hat, yeah, and it's a vintage one from the 20s
We got
that
in
I
San
got in San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking about wearing it, but then I was like, that's really gonna
It
get
gives
me
big
fired.
Jesse James, Kat Von D energy.
Well,
Oh wow.
Back in the day,
That-
you know
that
what I mean?
okay,
classic,
can
yeah.
I say, is this gonna get me canceled? But
Probably.
The Nazis did have the best
Stop.
uniforms. They had the best style.
No, not the best style. They looked like villains, and they were the worst people.
They were they're terrible people, but their uniforms
Horrible.
were fucking fire.
No, they're
wow.
not fire. They're
You're-
fucking evil, dude.
They're bad people. We know this. Nobody likes Nazis. Nobody likes
I'm doing
them.
damage control over here. In a
Right,
pop
right,
culture
yeah.
sense,
Backpedal.
they're Cobra Kai. They're fucking. Who's
They're the bad
in
guys,
G.I. Joe?
but why did their uniforms look so cool?
because they wanted that.
You want to know why? Because they were made by Chanel.
Rebecca just
They
turns
were.
into fucking.
They were made by fucking Chanel.
Rebecca's
Chanel,
starting-
the designer, actual Chanel, was dating one of the very high ups in the Nazi world.
Hey,
You're-
rich
you're
people
the-
don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the white female version of Kanye West.
You know who designed the
Can we
American...
bleep out all this Nazi shit?
No, just
Yeah,
stop
bleep
saying
it out.
it.
Nazi!
Drop it.
Nazi!
It starts with you.
You fucking record one podcast at a
It
German
starts
bar.
with 1 margarita, I'ma open my legs. Say 2 margarita, I'ma... All right, I'm out of here.
3 North Korea.
3 North Korea. 1 North Korea, I'ma open my
Yeah,
legs.
actually, we're only on the fourth North Korea right
so
now.
Chanel did the you-know-whatties uniforms, but a funny thing about the American Army fatigues,
Yeah.
Arizona Jeans designed that.
Really?
Mhm, that's all.
And
That's,
they are being carried in JCPenney right
yeah,
now.
you can go to JCPenney and get Arizona Jeans right now. This episode is brought
We're
to you.
sponsored by Arizona
Arizona Jeans
Jeans,
and Better
Arizona Tea.
Let's backpedal. Let's backpedal. Well, also, do you know,
Wait, what's worse? Because Arizona's pretty bad.
Fanta was originally a Nazi company.
Fanta?
Yeah, do you want a Fanta? Want a Nazi? I swear.
Is that real?
Yeah, I can't.
Okay,
seems
I
like a
can't. I don't have my. phone, but I don't believe it.
Eric's
I don't
got
think,
his phone.
I don't want to be on the internet right now. I don't want to be on my phone.
No, there's no way.
Fanta's.
Fanta was originally a Nazi company.
Really? Why? How do you know that?
I don't know,
And explain to me why.
They made sodas for the friggin' Nazis or something.
They did?
I don't know. Something
I
like
don't
that.
believe half of the fucking things that you say, to be
I don't-
honest.
I
Like,
don't
I
know-
usually fact check it, but I'm on camera right now, so I'm not gonna. But like,
I'm usually correct.
I got a cramp.
Check it out.
No, do you know how many times you've said something
All
and we've
eyes
Googled it
on
after you
me.
left?
Every time, dude, literally so many times we go. Oh, Jeff's got it.
Yeah, he's right. Fanta originated in
Can we get an alarm?
Check it out.
James is right for the first time ever. When James just says pull something out of his ass,
This
this
is
is the
what we
first time
need.
ever
We
he's
need a
been
Jeff.
right. We need a Jeff. I need a Jeff.
Pull it up, Jeff.
All eyes on me.
Fanta originated in Germany as a Coca-Cola alternative in the 1940s due to the American trade embargo of Nazi Germany.
That makes sense.
Whoa! And motherfuckers are out here drinking
But they're
Fanta,
so
wearing
s-
Chanel.
They're so stupid. They were like, well, let's make it orange.
Yeah.
Is there
yeah.
a cola, Fanta Cola, or they were just like,
Yeah, there's different flavors. There's purple.
Oh,
there's
it's a
grape.
brand.
Fanta's a brand.
Coca-Cola ingredients. Fanta soon dominated the German market with 3 million cases sold in 1943.
Whoa!
and now we just go around and drink it and hang out.
And we go, wanna
go, who
Fanta.
cares?
We
Who
like dance
cares?
about it, but it's the
Now
same.
it's Caribbean for some
Yeah, now it's
reason.
like a breakdance commercial too, and it's like Fanta.
And also, do you know that if you,
This is hot.
you guys probably know this, but Michael Cera danced for an hour for the DVD menu screen of Superbad.
What?
Oh, it's like no cut.
It's an hour loop, and they thought like,
Oh, that's
hey-
really funny.
Yeah, they were like, wouldn't it be funny if like it just never like
Ended.
people are waiting for the loop.
Yes,
But
yes,
then
yes.
they're like, yeah. So he danced for a full hour. I learned that off of watching his Hot Ones.
I love that.
I'm
And
actually very proud of James for all these like factual things that you're coming up
because
with
he left
today.
early last night.
It's because you left. Yeah, so we, we
I
stayed
know, we
real
talked
late.
about it when you're
Oh my
gone.
God. Bro.
I got reprimanded, and she's like, James left before us.
I was
"Damn."
like, I've lived to see the day where we were more irresponsible than James, and I was like, and that can never happen again. I never want to be in that position. But I am proud of you for doing that.
Thanks.
I just going back to that. You know what I don't miss is DVD menu screens, because back in the day, if you fell asleep,
It would loop,
all
yeah.
night. Dude,
Yeah,
I used to live with this dude. I used to live with this kid, Joey
Dude.
Duty. Joey Duty.
Oh, this kid.
Dude, he would watch
We
Friends.
trashing him so hard
he
on
would
this
watch
podcast.
Friends every night and pass out drunk, and would just leave it on, but at like volume 40.
So no one told you.
you. For like
What?
6 hours, dude.
He would murder people to that song.
There is
Yeah, that's a good song to kill someone to.
there is something so nostalgic though about
The last thing you hear before you die is.
There is something so nostalgic though, really, about like waking up at like 3 a.m. to just like the blue screen of like some DVD where it's just like, hey, how's it going? To the,
dude.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, there's a nostalgia factor there. But
One
it's not
that sticks
good.
in my head though
It's
was
good.
Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. It was like Dead by Dawn, like just like screaming like your soul is mine, like all night would just be looping all this crazy shit, and I'm trying to like dream normal like a normal human being, but like what's going on in my atmosphere is,
I
like,
love dreaming.
but like it's infiltrating my brain, so in my fucking dream like there's like psycho shit being said into my head, dude. No way.
Oh yeah, when you dream, there's
Now-
psycho shit being said.
No, if on the
Not
DVD
when you're
menu-
awake.
Not
yeah,
when
no.
you're awake.
No, that's a
you're actually very normal. And also, what is normal, guys?
Comment now below.
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
But what was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, nowadays we listen to like rain. Like we
Oh,
listen to, like,
my sleep meditations.
Yeah,
They
we-
tell us that I listen to these things
Oh.
where they tell us a cute little story about like walking through the woods, and
I love those.
they talk like this, and you stumble across a little field full of flowers, and there's some lights. And James, shut the fuck up, James. That's definitely not my sleep fucking story. James talking.
every 10 seconds the story's like
Dude. Man.
Like so. But I used
gotta
to do,
pee.
whenever I used to do that too. I still do that here and there, but my go-to whenever I took like too much Adderall or something like that, or did too much stuff or whatever.
Heroin.
Yeah, because I get actually, literally, not even lying. When I used to do heroin, I used to get fucking jazzed, dude. Everybody else is falling asleep on the couch and shit. I swear to God, heroin used.
That's like me when I do mushrooms.
up,
I want to
dude.
like, I get like amped up
was
and I
like-
want to like play with people, and everyone's like vibing out, and Eric's like, please stop. And I'll like hide in a cabinet and like scare people, and everyone's like, please, I'm on mushrooms.
Yeah,
And I'm
No-
like, I go
no
like crazy.
self-awareness.
Dude,
I
I
was
go
like-
like crazy on mushrooms. I get so energized.
I was like Popeye on spinach with heroin and shit.
Yeah.
But fucking. So my thing is, I used to have this
Check this
go-to when I did too much stimulants or whatever, and I couldn't fall asleep.
coffee.
I had this one talking
Get through it, dude.
and that's it. It was a guy talking about. It was an old British guy talking about rock gardens and how to make the best rock garden.
You were
And
definitely on drugs.
No, but this is what would put me to sleep.
Yes,
Sound-
that's
what
what
did it
I
sound
was
like?
just
Can you-
talking
do his
about.
voice.
All right, he's like, the perfect way to create the best rock garden is to pick the biggest rock and put it in the center. After you do such, you find slightly smaller rocks and surround the first big rock. Yeah.
It's actually working.
Boom, 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 boom. I want you.
I'll just take a little nap for the next 10 minutes of this podcast.
Hi, my name's Jason Stevenson.
I stand Dan Jones now. That's my favorite.
Dan Jones.
Dan
Who-
Jones.
He's like, we're going on the Harry Potter
No,
train.
yeah, he's like, we're going through a little walk in the woods.
Who
and
do
we're
we think has
stumble-"
the best soothing voice here?
Out of all of us, it's definitely not me.
I vote me.
At the same time, we're
I
gonna
think
say-
you actually.
Oh, yeah, dude. Steve-O.
So annoying.
dude. What's up, dude? Yeah, put the rock in.
I'm so glad we're almost at an hour because I'm reaching my capacity to be
Really?
near this one.
Oh, come on. Look at it. He's a fucking knight, I guess. Is that a knight?
I'm a knight.
A night in the day.
A knight in the cargo pants.
Yeah, baby.
We both have brownish cargo pants on.
Oh.
That's nice.
Wow. You never
nice.
see that.
You never see a brown cargo pants.
On a man.
My next door neighbor is like this like elderly woman. She's super sweet, but she doesn't speak English. So she's like
English.
English. But she does laundry.
You barely speak English yourself.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm
Amen,
adopted.
bravo.
I'm not American. I'm adopted. But she does laundry every Sunday, and me and my neighbor always laugh because we can see her walk by. She exclusively washes brown pants.
Oh, yeah, we call her brown pants.
We call her brown pants because I think that's all she wears. So she'll
She's
be
just
like,
got a hamper full of like 20 brown pants, and she'll spend all day like individually washing them in the washing
I mean,
machine.
at that age, like you're not fashion forward. Like find your fit, be comfortable.
Bro, I will definitely be fashion forward at that age.
Of course,
Don't
but you're not
fucking
like
get
an
me
Armenian
wrong.
immigrant that's like just trying to survive, like and do her laundry. Like
Oh,
you're,
fuck me, right?
yeah, you're
Damn.
like a little, you know, you have a fucking podcast.
I'd like to think that I'd be fashion forward at an old age too.
I'm
if,
gonna be.
If there's no way I'm living past
See,
60.
the tough thing though,
Yeah,
is
let's put
like,
our hands in for that.
In my head,
Vote now. How old we're gonna live?
In my head, I'm like, yeah, like old rock dude, that's awesome. But then I see like people from my trajectory getting older, and then I picture them looking like rock dudes, like at the Rainbow Bar, and I'm like, oh.
Well, that's the thing
dude.
is you just can't go hang out at the Rainbow Bar and annoy young women. Then you're fine. It's just an easy thing to avoid. Just don't be annoying.
I don't want to be Vince Neil.
I saw the.
And I'm definitely gonna be.
I don't want to be Vince Neil.
I don't want to be.
Like, yeah, I just want to have some beers and some buns and some good times. And I'm like 65, like fuck.
I actually saw the worst example of two of those within the past week. The first one, so I didn't tell you guys I went to church.
I saw, dude. So I saw. You're just
What?
weird. So like, I saw your Instagram but
You
he's
think
like,
I
he's cracking jokes. He's like taking pictures and videos in church, dude. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm
I
assuming
love
Anna
this.
wanted to go.
Yeah.
Or do you have a fucking?
So check it out. She tricked me. She tricked me.
Wait,
into
did
going
she
to church.
genuinely want to go to church?
No. So she's a teacher for like a Christian school or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And
Got it.
so she had to go. Or not like had to, but she's like, I want to see my
nice to show face.
my students in the choir. or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Fair.
And so she goes. And dude, I got fucking hammered the night before.
Yeah. Nice.
And yeah, hell yeah, dude.
so did Jesus, bro. It's fine.
Take me to church.
The night before, dude, I was like fucked up.
So fucking
Bam Margera showed up.
Yeah, dude. And we shopped a bunch of shit.
And then I went to
holes.
fucking church, dude.
Dude, yeah. And so there I was on the 150-foot crane.
You can see now. Finally, people can see how Rebecca acts. Like, dude, we used to, when we had a Patreon, me and James would do the bonus episodes because she had to tap out.
I only can have my threshold of being around the two of you is
Okay,
so low.
So James goes to church.
So yeah. So she wakes up. It's like 9 a.m. She wakes up. She's like, yeah, you want to get breakfast and come with me? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I get like, I put on like sweats and I'm like,
She gives you like a Bloody Mary.
Talleyrand. No,
Lancers.
you went to Lancers and had a
Dude.
Bloody.
You should have worn that to Lancers.
Lancers. Shout out to Lancers. Lancers is the
Sponsored
fucking
by.
best, dude. I fucking love Lancers.
Have
dude.
you been to Talleyrand? Fucking same exact thing.
They're
Go to
dueling.
Talleyrand.
They're
the same
dueling.
thing, yeah.
Well, I'm a Lancers boy.
Well, we're a Talleyrand couple.
I'm a Talleyrand couple.
Well,
Get out of here.
So-
why don't you kill yourself like that lady did in this middle bar?
oh my God, are you
Someone really
serious?
did kill themselves
'Cause
in here.
I've actually been feeling a presence.
Have you?
Hold on one second.
Are you calling it?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, no, I'm actually, I'm getting a lot. She's farting. I'm shy.
No, but really, someone did kill themselves in
she
this
was
bar.
like, nice.
It was
tight.
me.
That's pretty badass.
I'm a ghost.
It's 10 hours from
I
now.
just get like so bored during my shift. I come up here and just kill myself real quick.
So she's like, yeah, I'm going to breakfast. Come with me or whatever. And I was like, hell yeah, whatever. Sweatpants, whatever. And then she's like,
Let's go, dude.
sometimes, like,
It ain't hard getting through the minutes of this podcast with James, baby.
No. So, no, she's like, all right, so let's go to church.
So what'd you get at Lancers?
Don't engage.
I don't want to be anything.
North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea.
Hell yeah! Shout out to North Korea.
She didn't tell me about the.
Sponsored by.
She didn't tell me about the church thing. I was like, dude,
That's fucking
I was
weird,
like,
though.
I was like, I don't want to go to fucking church. And she was like, no, but I said, yeah, come with me, and then we'll get breakfast. And but to be fair, for the past week,
Semantics. She won.
Apparently, for the past week, she'd been telling me like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to church on Sunday for my class."
Yeah, that
And
makes sense.
Me just like, yeah, like playing video games. Totally, dude, totally.
Yeah, I remember church.
Yeah. And she's
I
like,
remember church.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
dude, that's so tight.
Body
Dude,
of
that's
Christ. Christ got a hot body.
Fucking
But
sick.
I was
God,
also
Jesus is super fucking hot.
and
He's fucking hung, bitch.
he is hung as shit.
Yeah, you get it. You know,
So
thanks for elaborating.
went to church, and it was just like the funniest. Like literally the first 20 minutes.
I
couldn't-
hear people. I should probably go back to work. Get through the story though.
I just heard a ghost.
Yeah, I know. I swear to God, that was a ghost.
It was
Yeah, that was there.
It's a squeaky fart.
It's somebody
no door
farted back
there.
I
I hope the audio picked that up.
Can you turn this segment into like night vision?
Yeah, wait. Can we do ghost hunters? Yeah.
Shut all
Turn the lights
off.
off. Turn the lights off.
And it definitely wasn't me farting. Yes, but like
I already said.
after
already
15
said it.
minutes, I like had to excuse I fucking couldn't stop laughing, and the more and more, and then you're not supposed to laugh, so it like makes
It makes you laugh more.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
church giggles. That's a thing.
and I lean over, I'm like, I I don't know how I'm gonna make it. Like, I think I need to.
But hold on, here's the best part though.
Did you eat
Church,
communion?
church giggles when you're
Fuck that.
when you're a kid.
I'm
church
Mu-
giggles
I'm
is you and a
Buddhist.
buddy though.
You know, church giggles is so funny.
He's solo church giggles.
You're by yourself.
Yeah.
Anna wasn't
Anna's
next to
not
you.
No,
laughing.
she was next.
laughing?
I was the only one laughing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
She's not on board with this.
Yeah, yeah.
He
No,
had to
not-
excuse himself because he made himself laugh.
Love it.
Not even there was a lot of children there, and not even the children were laughing.
Pastor Ryan.
Oh God.
So what made you crack up the most?
Just being at church
Just
for the
like watching
first
people
time.
be like,
For the first
that
time,
would
in
make me
fucking-
laugh hysterically. I haven't been to church since my parents made me go when I was like 18.
It was also like an Armenian church, or like a church regardless, but like
Yeah.
it was like a lot of Armenians, so they were talking
Very
like,
serious about it.
They were talking
Yeah.
about olive loaves and stuff like
Ooh,
that.
love it.
Dude, so we live in Glendale, very Armenian, like 80% Armenian. They're fun. They're fine. They're like great.
Tell us how
people.
you really feel.
No, we
They're
love
very,
them.
They're very religious though.
They're very,
I
very
was-
religious.
I was
And
wearing
hairy.
I was wearing so if I go to like
So
check
am
the
I.
mail, if I
No,
go
you're
to
not.
check,
Shut the fuck up.
if I go to check the mail and I'm like wearing a Slayer shirt that's like 666, blah,
He'll-
blah,
yeah, he'll, like,
I'll change the
accidentally
shirt,
wear it,
but-
yeah.
No. Well, once in a while, I'll actually like stoned go out. But I always like change it because like God forbid someone sees me, because one time I was wearing a Poison Idea shirt that said "Pick Your King," and it has Jesus on the front, and Smile Man was like, "Very good." And then he didn't own the
Smile
back.
Man's a
Smile
guy.
Man's the
Smile
best.
Man's a guy in our apartment.
But he didn't know the
complex that
back
we
had
love.
Elvis too. He didn't see the back of the shirt. He was just
Very
like,
nice, yeah.
he's like, very
Like, he
nice. And
likes
I was
your
like-
Jesus
I was like-
shirt.
I was like, great, thanks, man, thanks, man. And
Well,
I was
they
like,
do-
go over the back. I,
they
like,
do
turned
bring
around and
us-
walked backwards.
They bring us presents all the time, and it's probably because they think we're like God-fearing
Well, James goes
people.
to church.
And James goes to
Well,
church.
I'm a churchgoer.
Also lives with me.
Yeah.
Also, a little other fun thing that I didn't tell you guys about. I'm currently training to do a Tough Mudder in December.
Ooh.
You taking a sword fighting class?
Wait. When are you doing it?
December 2nd.
Gross.
or
I kind of want
December
to. I
3rd.
kind of want to do that.
Where?
No, it's fun. You guys should do it. It's going to be
I'm
the
not
last
gonna
like
do that.
Eric would never do that.
it's only a 5K, so it's going to be super short. It's only 3,000 miles.
It's only
dude.
3,000 You're fine.
Yeah, but like, what are the obstacles?
So like the first one, somebody shoves like a couple fingers up your butthole or
With a
whatever.
I'm
glove?
out.
With a glove?
With a white glove, yeah,
With a
yeah.
white glove.
With a white glove, they
Yep.
pull it out. And
I'm
it's like,
fucking out,
It's
bro.
it looks like a dipped cone.
depending on the depth of
A
brown.
Dairy Queen dipped cone.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah,
The hard shell, the hard
they
shell.
turn their fingers upside down just to show you it's not diarrhea
For a
so-
mile.
yeah, yeah.
For a whole mile, getting fingered up the ass.
God.
No, I don't know. They zap you with
I
shit.
mean, that's Tough Mudder.
Yeah. Hey,
Tough Mudder.
Actually, that does kind of make sense with the name.
what do you think you're swimming in the whole time?
Poo poo.
Yeah, but you guys should do
soup.
it. It is going to be the last 5K that they do.
Is this in Los Angeles?
It's 3 hours. It's like.
Oh, I'm not going. Never mind.
That's
Fuck
Mexico.
that.
not 3. Sorry,
That's Mexico.
yeah. I just got
Oh,
some
I
guy.
just meant
like,
I don't want to travel 3 hours to go
I
do
just met
something like
some
this.
guy in the parking lot of Home Depot. That was
Ghost.
like,
That's the ghost. It's a brothel and a suicide room.
some Mexican guy in the parking lot of Home Depot was like, "Hey man, like come down to
Tough Mudder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December 2nd. Come down to Tijuana, dude. I'll
I love,
yeah.
Wait.
I love the idea of James getting grifted into doing a Tough Mudder.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anyone's gonna get grifted, it's James.
No, I'm the grifter.
Yeah,
I
James
think
is
you're
grifted.
both.
I have
think you're
actually
both.
I have grifted you guys into doing this podcast. with me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna grift you guys into ending it in 2 minutes because
Yeah.
that's where we're at time wise.
Oh, God damn it.
Any final last words or thoughts?
Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go. Mm-hmm. We'll wait.
rectum.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Thank you.
Yep.
That's it.
What do I got in my notes? What do I got for the
God,
last minute?
what a live podcast! What a great podcast to tape.
I
This
don't
is
wanna-
excellent.
What is Saturday Night Live?
I'm not going to name names or anyone, but someone in this room recently started dating someone, and their old roommate
Oh my!
found out his old roommate was this person's nephew. So I'm like, Jeff needs. There's a
Oh!
person needs to
Bleep,
call.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
This person needs to call their old roommate and tell them, and if they give him any sass, be like,
You
"Don't-
are
no,
dating-
No, be like, don't talk to your uncle that way.
Your old roommate is her nephew.
Don't talk to Uncle Jeff that way, dude. I mean, that's like my dream come true. It's like bang
Uncle
someone's mom
Jeff,
and be like, don't talk to your steppapa that way.
That's your dream. Okay, then remarry, bitch.
No, in a fucking perfect
No, do
world.
it. Just go do it. Remarry. Leave me. I just want to go to the woods
Marry
and lay
me.
down and die.
Marry me.
Oh yeah, you do that.
I also, before we leave, I have a couple quick segments.
Okay, let's go.
great.
Real quick, we'll
Get through
fly,
'em.
Fly through them. Quick, first segment, I'm going to name 3 things. You guys just say yes or no. Don't say why, just say yes or no.
Okay.
Inspector Pee-Pee.
Yes.
All right, cool. Instead of the Saw movies, instead of calling it Saw,
Order up.
Oh, jeez.
Pee-pee soup.
somebody's on this floor now.
That's the ghost. Imagine the ghost just like, my house is haunted by a ghost that just goes, beep.
So, instead of the Saw movie, instead of calling it Saw, it's called Saint. And Craig T. Robinson
No,
is
big
Jigsaw.
no.
Yeah,
No.
You got it. You got it.
Inspector Pee-pee into it.
Don't say what. Don't say what.
Okay. Yeah.
Hard sale instead of yard sale.
No.
Yeah, I like it.
No.
All right.
I'm a sucker for a pun.
No.
And last one, Gay Satan.
Yeah.
South Park.
South Park.
Oh, true.
Already an
Well,
idea.
I didn't realize I was such a fucking hack,
You're fucking-
dude,
Yeah.
until right now.
You're such a hack.
I didn't. Yeah.
I think we all realized.
What about Susudio?
We don't bring up Gay Satan Studio anymore.
Gay
But I do love Gay Satan.
Gay
That's
Satan
great.
Studio. Last one, James's movie reviews.
Let's go. Movies. I love it. I love it. We've seen a
Okay.
shit ton of good movies
We've
lately.
seen a
Let's
lot of
go.
good movies. Let's go.
I saw. So first of all, you know
Saw.
when you take like a.
I seen.
So my big fat Greek wedding 3.
Is that real?
Yes, I swear to God.
Okay.
Because I don't want to see it.
Okay,
you know,
fair.
Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia.
That's like direct to video, right?
Dude, well, it was in theaters. I saw it in
Oh,
theaters.
so you
And
hold on. You
check
went
this-
and saw My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3 in the theater.
That's a
Well,
new movie.
We like to do this thing where we go to our local movie theater.
Cool.
And
and watch a bad movie.
And no, we
North
bu-
Hollywood, bitch. You ever
You
heard
just-
North Hollywood? You ever heard of it?
You buy a ticket to one, and then you just see multiple movies.
Got
you
it.
Just walk
So
into
you're
the next.
I gotta go.
You pay
Do
to
you guys
that,
want
or
to
do you just?
No, we
you guys
just
want to
buy-
continue this without me? I have to go back to work.
Yeah, we'll
Sure,
wrap it
yeah,
up.
yeah. We'll wrap it up real soon.
If it's gonna be real soon, I'll stay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
How was the movie?
It's not going to be real.
Yeah.
Soon. I'm just kidding. No, it was awful. It was fucking.
Of course
Have you
it
seen the
was.
first two?
No.
So no context.
No context.
I liked the
Brilliant.
first
But-
one when I was like 10.
So
seen it.
it was the biggest, just like absolute, just like culture dump. Like culture dumps. Ryan Lichten, go check out that podcast. But it was
Happy
literally-
birthday, Ryan.
It was,
My Big Fat Greek Wedding Part 3 in theaters now.
it was literally just culture bombing the whole time, being like, "We're in Greece, beautiful country, the best, number
It
one."
was Greek.
You know,
It was Greek porn.
But it was like, dude, the acting, the writing, the directing, the cinematography, everything about it was like it was literally like children made that movie.
Jeff,
The-
can you look up what My Big Fat Greek Wedding did in the box office?
Oh my god,
versus
dude!
the budget.
It was a total.
No,
No,
part
it's
3.
the third one. Yeah, part yeah.
Part 3, dude.
It was a total cash grab, and like I
course.
always too. So I follow a couple.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna go back to work. This,
okay.
I'm just like,
I
We
follow-
love you. Can I
Yeah.
get a kiss?
I love you.
Mwah.
Can I get a kiss?
Fine.
Gay kiss.
Three-way.
Bisexual kiss.
All right, I
My
really,
big
I
fat
do.
Greek kiss.
We're at an hour, and I have to go.
Yeah.
I really have to go back to work. This is a fucking real thing.
We'll wrap it
so
up in less than 10.
can we wrap it up in less than 10?
Less than 10.
And,
Less than 5.
This was
less than 5.
Less than-
cool.
Less than 10.
Less than Jake.
5. You have 5 minutes to get out of here before my boss figures out
All right.
what I'm doing.
Got it.
Porno.
So, literally written by children. Maybe Greek wedding. I just shit my pants.
That's cool, dude. Well, you want to end it on that note?
See.
Stay in school.
You gotta stay in school. You gotta stay in school. Don't do drugs. They ain't cool. Gotta stay in school.
Gotta stay in school.
Say what? Say what?
Gotta stay in school.
Say what? Say what?
Gotta stay in school.
Say what? Say what?
Gotta stay in school.